interest rates are going to be held low, below inflationary and growth rates. So the government has to keep the economy going. The government has to keep interest rates lower than they should be to get especially the American debt to pay the debt back without having to print more. So it's this vicious cycle,
right?
Where they have to print more to catch up. They'd have to raise interest rates. They won't raise interest rates because it would shut down the economy. The biggest risk is the currency value of money. To anybody investing right now, the biggest risk is the currency value of money. So it's not that debtors are going to default. That's not, the big foreclosure crisis. That's not coming. That's not a big risk right now. The creditors' assets will lose value.
Yeah.
So debtors, creditors, right?
Right.
We've already talked about it's great to be a debtor.
Yep.
And the reason is because with inflation, the creditors' returns are not high enough to beat the inflationary effects.
Right.
Just like how we talked about, I can't wait to pay the bank back. I can't wait to pay my creditor the bank back with worthless dollars 20 years from now in my houses. Like the only reason that loan exists is because the government's backing it. So the creditors' assets are losing value and the returns will not beat inflation.
Sure.
So if you're looking to get wealthy right now, you have to make sure you're investing in things that are going to beat inflation.
So is there always have to be a reset? I think about Rome.
Yeah.
So like Rome had a ton of inflation, tons of debt. Everything was operating on debt. And of course it collapses, right?
Yep.
And we talked about a few examples in history of new civilizations, the French Republic, United States. Is there always a reset?
Well, so what Dalio says in the past, yes, but what he likes is a soft landing. He believes what the Federal Reserve's job to do is create a soft landing. So how they bumped interest rates and then didn't crush the economy, we kept driving on.
Right.
But I'm not a huge fan of the Federal Reserve, but I got to say, the soft landing, it appears that they might get there.
They might have landed it. Yeah.
So the hope is there'd be a soft landing. And so I don't think inflation's a silent tax. That's what I think the Fed job is to keep inflation going, but not to an outrageous level like we're like in Zimbabwe.
Right.
So the hope would be that, hey, we don't have a great reset, right? But technically, and when we took the dollar off the gold standard, that was a reset.
Sure. Yeah.
Not a great reset, but a reset.
Right.
And so, I've always asked myself, is there a reckoning? Maybe.
Yeah.
But if there is, and the currency collapses, good thing I got a ton of hard assets.
Yeah.
And so, so then let's talk about who then are the winners in an inflationary environment.
Yeah.
It's the
I want to know.
It's the people, because I didn't want this to be depressing. I wanted this to be like, how do I win?
Yeah. How do you position yourself in such a way to benefit?
Because it's hard to invest when there's variability. You don't know what's going to happen. But here's what we know. The American dollar is going to go down in value. Trump might slow that decline down. Great. Good for him, right? But still, the dollar is going to go down in value. So you want to have hard assets that are going to at least maintain their value. And then compared against the dollar, they're going to go up in value. Then you want to use other people's money in today's dollars to purchase the asset, and you want to pay them back with lower value dollars.
Right.
So there's appreciation, leverage.
Another constant.
As you're making money, you want to make sure you're getting the government's rewarding you with taxes to buy those houses, Pillar 3, tax advantages. And then finally, over time, you want the cash flow gap to open up. And then that's how you beat inflation. Because remember, there are winners. And so the winners are the productive people who use other people's money.
Boom.
So if you like what you heard today and you want to learn more, sign up for a discovery call with one of the Vreeland Capital success coaches at jimmyvreeland.com.